Hi, my name is Kelly Long. I'm a year 12 at Charterhouse Malaysia and I do triathlon. Triathlon is a sport that involves swimming, biking and running, and it's considered an endurance sport because the distances for all three are quite long. So I started as a competitive swimmer at the age of 6, but I wasn't really that good at swimming, or at least good enough to be properly competitive. So my dad saw a Facebook ad for this race called Port Dickson International Triathlon, which was the biggest race in Malaysia at the time. And around 2014, at the age of 8, I was signed up for my first race. So my sport involves 3 separate sports at once, which isn't something that most people face. So we have to do really long training hours to build speed and endurance in all 3 aspects, as well as general conditioning and racecraft. So at one point I was doing more than 20 hours. I was doing maybe 24 to 26 hours a week. During holidays or when I'm not at school, I tend to stay at this apartment that my team has, and we train all together as a unit of 7 people. So the mental aspect of triathlon is something that a lot of people don't consider because they think that it's just all about physical, you need to get through that race. But it's a lot mental too, and if hearing that's really daunting and you think that I'm really strong for being able to do it, I feel the same way too. I'm always really surprised when I finish it. I think being a triathlete has taught me a lot of resilience as a person and as a student as well, because there's a limited amount of races you can do as a triathlete per year because it's a really physically draining and also really mentally difficult sport. So sometimes I don't do as well as I think I could have. Sometimes there are things outside of my control that happen and I make mistakes, and it's just learning to accept it and learning to improve from it. That's what I can take from the sport and what I can apply to my life as a student. Okay, one of my most proudest achievements that I've had through all my years of triathlon is the competition that I started with, Port Dickson Triathlon. But this year I managed to win champion, and I'm really proud of it because it's kind of like a full circle moment. I also won a competition 2 days ago. It was a matrix duathlon in Sendayan, and I was the fastest overall female athlete in super sprint. Even though I haven't been in this school for very long yet, the teachers have already helped me an immense amount, and they're really accommodative in helping me catch up the things that I might miss. For example, when I fly for competitions and I have to miss a few days of class, like most recently in Asia Cup Kota Kinabalu, I missed a few days of school. And my teachers really put in the extra work to make sure that I caught up, to make sure that I can follow the class. And to anyone who's considering doing something but is afraid because of what people might think of them or how hard it might be, the sky's the limit, honestly. And humans are really capable of a lot more than we think that we are. Even if you may not do very well, even if it might have been harder than you thought it was, you'll be really proud of yourself at the end. And that's all for me. Be sure to follow Charterhouse Malaysia on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok.